Good. Are you home?
Yeah, I'm home. I'm in my dad's office.
Okay, good. Hang on one second here. Okay. So, purposely didn't want to give you the questions ahead of time.
hmm
So, knowing you, the studious person that you are, I didn't want you to study up and already have answers made. I wanted to put you on the spot. Okay,
Yeah,
because
no, I understand that.
that makes it real and
Mhm.
more kind of more authentic. So, what we're trying to accomplish here is like giving college coaches a little insight to who you are, you know, this way versus just watching a tape. And, it's hard to get out and visit schools right now and talk to coaches or this and that. So this is the best way to get a head start. And I think it's really going to be beneficial. Okay.
Okay.
Sound good?
Yeah, sounds good.
So, Brooke, go ahead. Why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself? Talk a little bit about yourself, what grade you're in, what school you go to, what position you play, stuff like that. Okay.
Okay. Hi, I'm Brooke Slymen. I'm going into my junior year at Santa Margarita Catholic High School. My position, I'm a wing slash forward player. I have a lot of experience in the post, and I'm working on my game in the wing. Um, But yeah, some things I love to do. I love sports. I played soccer a really long time, and I started focusing on basketball. I love the outdoors. I love spending time with my family. So with COVID and quarantine, it's been really good just to have more time with each other. And we're all really competitive, and we love playing sports with each other. So that's been something fun that we've been doing. So yeah, that's kind of what
What
I've been
what
up to.
Santa Margarita is, for those coaches out there that don't know, that's in Orange County, California,
Mhm.
and it's a private Catholic school down there that competes in the same league as
The Trinity League.
Modern
Mhm.
Day and Rotary, and a lot of people are familiar with Modern Day, so that can help them out a little bit. So, and I believe this is your third year in the Switch program.
Yes.
Okay, yep. And so, Brooke, why don't you let the coaches know? My question to you is, why do you play basketball?
Wow. That's a good question. For
I'm not going
me,
to ask you that. I'm not going to ask you dumb questions. Come on now.
no, yeah, that's a good question. I play basketball. I mean, it's something that I love to do, and I'm passionate about it. And I know when I'm out on the court, I'm just focused on playing basketball, and I'm not like thinking about other things, and it kind of takes your mind off of things you can be stressed out about. And I think it helps build your character. And for me, I've met like my closest friends through the sport, and I think it brings people together. um, and it's a way for me to kind of express myself and my talent and be able to play a sport that I love. So I think there's so many great things to the game. Yeah, that's some reasons why I play. So
Great, that's great. Okay, so a little bit to go with that is, why don't you share what your most memorable moment is since you started playing basketball? And if you have a couple of them, that's okay, but just name at least one.
I think, yeah, I have a couple, but probably, well, I have one freshman year when I started playing on Santa Margarita's team, and we went all the way to CIF semifinals. And for me to be able to start on varsity and kind of watch us work our way up there, that was a great experience for me. Um, and then also my first time on the 16U UIBL team with Swish, getting to go to the Boo Williams tournament in Virginia and Chicago, that kind of opened my eyes to see, wow, there's a lot of great competition out there, and kind of seeing, wow, like I can play with these girls. And I think seeing all the competition and being able to play in that Nike circuit is one of my best experiences playing basketball too. So
Great.
yeah.
Okay, so let's do this. Why don't you just be real honest here. It's not going to hurt or help you. I was trying to help you for being honest, but why
Mhm.
don't you, if you had to describe what your strengths are and your weaknesses, why don't you go ahead and let us know what in your mind what you, not necessarily what a coach has told you, but more so what I mean that could be part of it, but like you know, what do you think right now to this day? July 13th, 2020, COVID-19 at its peak. What are your what do you think your strengths are, and then what do you think that what are you spending time working on as far as you consider a weakness?
Yeah, so starting with my strengths, um, I'm I'm a good shooter and I have good range on the court, and having my post experience and then being able to shoot the three, I think is a good advantage for me. I've definitely been working on my shot, and I think I have a pretty good shot on the court. That's one of my strengths, and also I'm a good leader out on the court. I have a good character, and I work hard. I try my best in everything I do, and on the court, I try my best to outwork people on the team and hustle. Um, so it's outside of basketball and like in the weight room, always doing things on the side to try to make myself better, even when no one's looking. Um, and I think that's important. Um, yeah, so for my strengths,
I know you
also,
put,
mhm.
I know you put a lot of time in. You spend a lot of time on your game. Would you consider that a strength to how much your commitment to the sport?
Yes, for sure. I think putting in, like what I said before, putting in the work, like even when no one's looking, working on the side, um, getting in the gym, putting my shots up, working on my ball handling, just everything adds up. And I think that contributes to my game and my strengths. And I would say I'm a strong defender. So defense has always been one of my strengths. I'm competitive and I'm a strong defender. So I think that kind of puts me ahead in that way. So
Okay, great.
strengths. I think something I can work on, especially going into my junior year, with SM, I've been talking with my coach being a vocal leader. So not just always leading by example, but calling my teammates out, not being afraid to use my voice on the court. Because I think sometimes I can be more soft-spoken and quiet, but not being afraid to use my voice. Uh, encouraging people, but also not being afraid to call people out and holding each other accountable. That's something I'd be focusing on this season and this upcoming school years with basketball. So I think another thing I'll be working on is not always depending on the guard. Like once I get a rebound on defense and giving it off to them and me taking it up the court, being confident in my ability to handle the ball and take it up the court. That's something I'm going to be focusing on as well. Um, but yeah, something I can be working on.
Okay. You mentioned your coach. You talking about Christina?
Coach Ware.
Okay. Coach Ware, that's weird for me because I know her as Marinacci.
Right.
I think you know that I coached your coach.
Yeah, she told me that.
Yeah, I'm sure she told you I was one of her favorite coaches. I'm just playing, but um, you kind of remind me of her in some ways. Soft spoken but kind of fierce on the floor and competitive. And she was kind of that same way. And you're both about 6'1", right? She might be a little taller than you.
She's a little taller than me, but
Yeah, yeah, she's probably 6'2", but yeah, some of these coaches will know who she is. She played at USC and she played overseas for a while, so got to give her a plug in there. You got to take care of
yeah.
the Swish alumni.
Mhm.
Next question. As far as I mean, I know you're only going to your junior year, but I know that you're a planner and you're a thinker and you're thoughtful and and those things. When um like in college, what kind of coach do you want to play for? What would be one of the things that's going to attract you to a program about a coaching style or philosophy?
I think for me, a coach that will push me, but also promotes a good family environment for the team. We build each other up, hold each other accountable, we're there for each other. A coach that will push me to make myself better on the court, but also a better person, help me build my character. A coach that has obviously good experience, but that cares about their players personally and on the court, but off the court as well.
Okay, good. And then, um, what do you want to get? You know, I know it's we're a little bit ahead of the game here, but I think it's important to let people know because it's a question a lot of coaches ask. What do you want to get out of your college experience? What are some of the things that you really want to make sure that you get out of your college experience? What's going to be
Yeah.
important for you?
I think importantly, education, a good education. For me, I'm interested in the medical field. I'm kind of leaning towards that, but I think education is important. Um, in basketball, I think building relationships in college along the way, people that you can go to even after college once you graduate, um, and becoming a better person and character throughout your college experience. I think that's important. Um, yeah.
What about like location? Are you looking possibly to stay? Because coaches, from outside of California, they all want to know is it, it's hard to get a, you know, California girl that's used to the beach out of the state sometimes, I mean, is that something, I mean, geographically speaking, is that going to make a decision, or you really don't care as long as it's a good fit?
Yeah, I think for me, I I'd like to go to a college, I think outside of California. I'm open to going to college in California, but I think it's also good to kind of see the rest and experience, different environment. And I'm completely open to going somewhere outside of California. I love the outdoors, I love the mountains. But yeah, I think it's finding the best fit for me. It doesn't necessarily have to be in California.
Okay,
Yeah.
good. And then, let's see, what else I want to ask you. See, I asked that already. Okay, here's a good one. So like in this time we're going through right now, we're in a different time.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, you being young, me being old, I've seen a lot of stuff, but I've never seen anything like this because nobody has. But tell me something that, you know, what are you thankful for in your life right now? What are some things that you can really think about? Like, man, I'm so thankful. You know, I'm thankful for this or I'm thankful for that. What is Brooke thankful for?
Yeah, no, that's a good question. I think what
Wait,
I
wait,
said
wait a
earlier,
minute.
but
I've asked you like 7 questions, and you've only said 2 of them are good. So
oh,
what about the other ones?
well, I mean, all of them have been good, but I think this is a really good question.
Okay, all right. Thanks, Brooke.
Yeah, you got me some good questions. So,
Good.
um, I think most importantly for me throughout quarantine, I said earlier, but my family, I'm so thankful for them. And this has kind of made me realize like, I'm not going to get this time back. Like, you're not going to be in quarantine. Like, I hope not. And later in my life. So take advantage of this time that I have with them because I'm going to be in college in 2 years. And I think me being the oldest, it's been great to spend time with my younger siblings, and see my grandparents, and because normally I'd be a lot more busier, and so this has been great just to be with them and spend more time with my family. So that's one of the things I'm thankful for. I think another is kind of made me realize how much I miss like going to school, and seeing my teachers and my friends on a daily basis. So it's been difficult kind of being away from that. So, yeah, it made me thankful for my school and my friends. It's been hard not seeing them, but I've been meeting with my friends sometimes, social distancing and stuff. So
Good.
yeah.
Good to hear.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Is there anything else that you want to share, or with anybody out there that you want to share about yourself, or
Um,
why don't you talk about your family real quick? You know, your
yeah,
siblings. You know, how is your family? You know, how's your family support with you playing hoops?
we're really supportive. I'm lucky enough to have both sets of my grandparents living. One lives in Laguna and the other lives in Newport, and so they always been a big part of my life. And going to my games, and my three younger siblings, they all play sports, and so we all are really supportive of each other and go to each other's games. So, um, and my parents too. We're all really competitive, but we're always there for each other. So my family is a safe place to go to. So that's been always been good for me.
Great.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, it's been a pleasure, and I'm glad this worked out, and I'm glad you liked a couple of my questions, and hope to see you soon, Brooke. Okay.
Yeah, I
Thank you,
really
girl.
appreciate it, Coach Ross.
Yeah, you got it, girl. Have a good night. Okay.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.